In Part 2, Chapter 12 of Coming of Age in Mississippi, in Baton Rouge, Anne takes a job with a poor white woman named Mrs. Jetson, who can only afford to pay her $3 a day. Soon, Mrs. Jetson leaves her home without paying Essie for 2 weeks of work. She gets a job through a family friend at a department store, but she's fired after telling a trusted coworker she's 15 and still in high school. Anne returns to Centerville proud of the money she's earned, but after a school friend tells her about black residents who've been run out of town, Anne longs to leave again. Her family avoids her when she asks more questions about the town's events. Despite her mother's distress, Anne can't be silent anymore when Negroes are being killed, beaten up, run out of town by white folks. She remembers Mrs. Rice's advice to keep busy and take her mind off the killings, since no one will do anything about them. Anne decides to stay as busy outside the house as much as she possibly can until she graduates. Then, she reasons, she'll be able to leave Centerville forever. Away from home for the first time, Anne begins navigating the adult world. She realizes it's full of all kinds of hazards. Employers defraud her, and colleagues betray her at nearly every turn. Even her employers think of her only as a pretty little sweet-colored girl and don't see her strength, let alone her humanity. She's also developing a new perspective on wealth. While as a little girl she admired the houses of her and Mama's white employers, now she thinks that family's wealth is unfair. Anne sees how long it takes to find a decent job and how little black employees get paid comparatively. She's beginning to notice the ways oppression and poverty are linked. Home is even more stifling. Not only does her family refuse to discuss threats to local black residents, they think Anne only brings up these threats to make them worry. To Anne, as long as black people are silent, the beatings and killings will continue, and no one will be punished. Even respected adults in Anne's life, like Mrs. Rice, tell her nothing will ever change, and she should make the best life for herself possible in the world she has. Anne is still uncertain what she wants, but it's getting harder and harder for her to stay silent.